Second, yeah, everything's great. Hello, I'm Kannan. I'm assistant organizer at GDG Cloud Coimbatore. Today I'm going to take a session about GCP on Kubernetes. What is GCP? What is Kubernetes? How we are going to deploy our applications on GCP? Now we are going to this session. Okay, let can we dive into that? You can follow me on Twitter and LinkedIn. Okay, you can get into next. Okay, what is GCP? GCP is a cloud source platform. GCP offers several different kinds of things. You can scale, auto manage a lot of different things GCP offers, and you can host your applications. Lot of stuffs or GCP offering. Today we are going to see we are going to host an application on GCP, uh, and then we are going to deploy one application. We doing everything on Quick Labs. Okay, further we can jump into our main part. What is Kubernetes? We can call the Kubernetes as Kubernetes or K8s, and it was known as um, once again, yeah, now it's good. The Kubernetes. What is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is a open source container orchestration system for automation application for the deployment, scaling, and management. And the main thing is it's a Dockerless application, has to also a cluster as a mode which can be monitored, managed by a Kubernetes as a tool and its orchestration engine. Okay, and the Kubernetes was developed by Google, and now it was maintained by originally as a cloud native computing foundations. And next report was why we need Kubernetes. Okay, it will check our application or learning properly. It will check our product was in a stable state. From in case your application was not running good as a thing, it will list out and again start your application. If you are running some of the application in your cloud, in case sometimes it will stuck on there, or in some case it will stop of working, the Kubernetes will automatically list out the application and it will list out again, and it will work as a process of before it will going. Okay. Okay, what's next? Now we were looking for as a application as a Docker. Before we get dive into Kubernetes, you want to know about Docker because it was the main thing. It's a web server. Okay, just a second. Yeah, web server database managing orchestration. If we have the for example, for the web server we have the Node.js. For the database we have MongoDB, and for messaging and orchestration we have that. In case we are going to what we are going to do, it was one second. We are going to deploy application as a main thing. We want to set up as an end-to-end stack as a web.js and database MongoDB. We have some issues on developing these kinds of components. First, the compatibility with underlying OS. We have to ensure all the services valid version of the OS. There will be a time which certain various services are not compatible with the OS. As we need, we have to look back for the another OS compatible for the different services. Secondly, we have to check the compatibility between the services, libraries, and dependencies. In case we are developing some of the application, there is a different cases scenarios will be enabled, and the main services which will not be integrated on OS. We have issues on services, local one version on the dependent libraries and another services, like well another version, and the architecture of the application changes all the time. We have to upgrade new version of the components or change of the database, etc. Okay, as main etc. It's a lot of things will go, and you can see here is a Node.js. It has some dependency of this OS, and this MongoDB. It has depending of the OS. In such case, there is a issue will be going for separate dependencies for Node.js and separate dependencies for database. There is several issues will come. For the solving of that, we using the container of this Docker. Okay. Okay, we can go next. Okay, the Docker is able to run the each component in a separate container. As is a Docker, it has a separate container. We are doing we are going to apply the Docker application into the container. Okay, guys. Currently, we have also do about discussions only, not an issue. Okay. In the Docker application, in the container, we have a separate containers with their own libraries. In this container, for Node.js have a separate library, for MongoDB have a separate library, messaging have a separate library, orchestration also have a separate library. And it's the main thing for their purposes. We don't need to install for the everything. They have their own separate libraries. It is easy to perform our OS as a good component. We just had to build the Docker configurations when all the developers now get started with this because it's a very simple to make and it is very easy to we can observe. It's a very simple thing to do. All they have to do simply they have to install the Docker in the system. Actually we can easy to do this. You just have to install the Docker in your system. It is very simple and very visible. You can do this in a simple steps. You can deploy these kinds of dependencies and libraries. It is very easy to and reliable. You can apply for these things or everything. Okay. Oh, we have increasing of participants. Great. Guys, if you have any doubts, do the message for me. And next we are going to see a health checking. Okay. For example, there is an app which is also known as TikTok. Everyone know about TikTok. The application is known as PUBG. If the TikTok have inside some situations now in India have a lot of users are using a TikTok. The TikTok have getting a lot of users. In case the server is getting a lot of data at the time, but the node of the container have increasing. But the health checking feature in the Kubernetes will all time checking the node. If in case our one of our node was damaged or in case it will be going the server level as low, after some time the Kubernetes will automatically create another node. It will give the another separation space for that TikTok app. And in another case, if the load balancing was reducing, automatically the container will be deleted and or destroyed, and it will get into normal state using these things. Because health checking is one of the best feature in Kubernetes. Everyone can deploy their application. It will Kubernetes can check their nodes all times of the health checking. Is one of the best use case I have seen ever. Okay, just a second. Yeah, yeah, this is our next our slide. Okay. Okay, there are multiple containers in the world. Okay, in Kubernetes we are doing everything using a container. As they are as a process we using a Docker container, and there are several things is going on there. And in this case, the main thing was okay. In this containers, there is a vision called as Docker Swarm and Kubernetes and as a Mesos. Okay, Docker has a Docker Swarm, and it was really easy to get started, but it has some lags. It is a Docker Swarm. We can easy to set this Docker Swarm, but we have only less features to do this Docker Swarm. Okay, one second. Yeah, in this Docker same we have only less features to be implemented, but we can easily set up. And the another thing was misuse. Misuse was it is quite difficult to set, but the Docker we can easily to set, but misuse it was quite difficult to set, but it has a lot of features compared to the Docker. And now we come into the part of Kubernetes. Now we are going to this Kubernetes container. What it was, Kubernetes was very famous, and it was one of the top most container on the GitHub. In the GitHub, it was one of the top most container was used by many person and many of them as it themselves. And it was Cube was one of the most famous and top ranked GitHub container, and it was provided by now Kubernetes was provided by different services as GCP, AWS, and Azure. Can you get? If anyone have a doubt, basic on this, you can make me a message. Okay, can we get into next part? Yeah. Yes, now we are seeing it's we can very easy and simple to start these things. Okay, which is it was Kubernetes using the Kubernetes CLI. Okay, CLI known as a Kubernetes control. You can run the thousands of instance of applications as a same application within a single command. As a Kubernetes CLI, it's we can call it as a Kubernetes CLI, or we can call it as a Kubernetes CTL, as we can call it other different kinds of thing. But in the main case, in Kubernetes, we can do this thing and using this first command. Okay, Kubernetes can scale up into 2000 of 2000 with another one second. Yeah, I get it. Now Kubernetes can run running this command. We can get thousands of instances as the same applications, and this is another application, another command, which is it is mainly using for scaling up to 2000. Using this command, we can replicas up to 2000. Another thing, we can scaling up or down using this thing. Kubernetes can be configured to do this automatically, so that instance and the infrastructure can be scaled up as a main thing. If you are running an application, in case the innovation will be scale up or down, the application has the instances. Some case, before we talk about the TikTok application, if the TikTok application suddenly increasing of the number of users, we record a lot of instances. Suddenly we can easy to increase the instance. Just we enter this command line in Kubernetes, that command, we can easy to just a fraction of second, we can increase our 2000 instance as a time in a single command. If something goes wrong, we can easy to destroy that also, get back into the image as a single. Okay, we can get into next. Can you everything understand on these four commands? First command should be is a rollback, we can easy to rolling update. Second command should be into a image format. Third command, which is used to be easily we can get into 2000. Third command we can use be replica. Okay, and now we are going to see Kubernetes containers or set of nodes. A node was installed or softwares or dependencies, everything we can install on this. It is a node. In this node, we are installing everything. What we can tell, it's a node. We are installing of all softwares or dependencies depending upon the node. In Kubernetes, we are doing everything on the node. As inside a container, we are using the node. In this node only, we are going to install our softwares, our dependencies, or all the stuff we are going to doing on this only, and working these machines. Node application which is a field goes down in this node. Previously I tell, if you are playing a PUBG game, in this PUBG game you can see lot of lags are coming on some of the times, because the server load was increasing at the time, because lot of players are getting into that game, so that server load was increasing. So in case that the situation, the node going to become failed. At this if the node once fail, the Kubernetes will automatically create another node at a time. It is very useful for that. Okay, and now we are here is that case. If these two nodes are here, in case here is one of the node was going to fail, it automatically created another node at right here. At the same time, the cost of the node was very simple and it was very clear. We can easy to do this. Okay, one second. Next is a master. In this master, in the container, all the things, all the containers, all the nodes which were maintained by master. Master is the main purpose of where we are going. Master, that's where the master comes in. Master. We can do some of the definitions like in master, like and like that. Oh, just leave with that. Here is it. Here is a main case. Master is a node which Kubernetes and controls the plan installed master. The main thing is that only. Master can control the all these specific dependencies of the Kubernetes. At right here, you can see the nodes and the likes, all the things which was controlled by master only. In case if the health checking all the process, if there's something the node was failed at the time, the master will suddenly go and create another node, and it will make the impact of that node. It will create another thing. Okay, that's not a main issue. And another. Okay, now we get into the final part. Okay, it is our PPT's final main occursion. What it was, okay, we can install. Okay, when we install these Kubernetes system, you can actually install the following components. uh, now we are going to install the Kubernetes in our system. These are the following components which is mainly installed on that. First, we are going to see the is API server. What it will do, the API server? It acts as a front end for the Kubernetes. In our Kubernetes application, the API server will act as a front end as a user management devices. Okay, and the command line interface for all talk API serve to interact with these Kubernetes cluster. It is a main purpose of this API server. And the second thing in this Kubernetes component was edic. Okay, next we are going to see about edic. What is edic was? It is a key value stored edic. It's a distributed variable key value store used by the store to all the data managed by a cluster. Think on this way when you have multiple nodes. Okay, when we have multiple nodes, the multiple masters in a cluster edic stores all the information, all the nodes in the distributed manner. Previously I talk about the master. It will get the all the information about the nodes, clusters, and when it will be destroyed or deployed, and all the stuffs are managed by the master. And the edict will get the all the key values, all the points, everything, all the stuffs are done by the edict, done by the master as a key value stored in the edict also. That is one of the main thing, and it is responsible for implementation of the logs with the cluster. In our cluster, all the logs in the all the log manners which are will be implemented by cluster. It's the main thing. Once again, the these all the logs will be done by this edic only in this thing. Okay, and the another thing as a scheduler, what this scheduler will do? Okay, this is a scheduler which is responsible for distribution of worker nodes. Actually, we have some containers here. It is a responsible for all the thing. All it is this is a scheduler which is responsible for the containers across the multiple nodes. It will really create a container. Okay, and we are going to now see a controller. What is this controller works? It's a main thing. It is a blind. How the human have the blind? I'm a human. We have a blind in our head. Okay, like that. This controller in the Kubernetes, the controller was the main blind. Without this controller, Kubernetes will go down as all time. The controller or the blind behind the orchestration. In this, as a orchestration is a thing and responsible for notching and responding when nodes containers are endless goes down. Control makes new decisions or blink to this container. As a thing, the controller will take the new decision in case some of the large things will happen. So suddenly we want to those instance want to create, and this all the main things were done by these controller only. Okay, and the next was is a container runtime. What is this container runtime? It is a underlying software. You want to know? Container runtime is an underlying software. It is used to run the container in your in our case of happens on Docker only. Okay, and finally we are going to talk about the kubelets. It's one of the main thing. Kubelet is one of the interesting things of all things because with the user using kubernetes, nothing, most of the things will not be happen. That's the main thing. Kubernetes is an agent that learns each node in a cluster. Okay, kubernetes is one of the agent. It is a robot, like an agent, we can call it as robot. It's an agent. Okay, consider this is an agent. I can use the other color. One second. Right, it's an agent. AGANT. Okay, kubelet. The kubelet, it is the agent that learns each node in a cluster. Okay, it's an agent. It's a node. The agent, it will learn the each node. That is a separate node. NODE node. Okay, the agent will learn all the nodes. Okay, the agent. The kubelet is an agent. What other kubelet is an agent in. It will learn each node in the cluster. Okay, the node will be run on the cluster. It's quite difficult to draw. Yes, as a kubelet is an agent. Agent will go to the node and it will be on the cluster. Okay, kubelet, kubelet that's a agent that run on a node on a cluster, and CLI is deploy manager application. Okay, uh, it's one second. It's a CLI. It's a deploy managing application we are using on the we are using this on this kubelet. Okay, kubelet we are going to be using this thing. And as simple we can let it as a Kubernetes letter information to state of nodes. It's a state of node, and the final part there will be another thing. One second, I can show you guys. Not everything's good. Gone. I want to delete this all. Where is my thing? I want to expand these things, these commands. I want to erase these stuff. Guys, clear, clear, clear. Everything's clear. Clear all arrays. I'm using this array, so just erase everything because it is not a part of this. One second. Yeah, everything gone. Okay, let's get into our session. Now we are going to see about the kubectl. Kubectl is a Kubernetes command line. One second. Yeah, here is it is Kubernetes. Yeah, kubectl. It is a Kubernetes command line tool. Kube control tool is a Kubernetes CLI, which is deploy and manage applications on the Kubernetes cluster. In this Kubernetes cluster, okay, in this cluster, the kubectl command will be paused and it will become deployed. Okay, Kubernetes cluster. Yeah, one second. Mm. In this Kubernetes, okay, the Kubernetes cluster. Kubernetes is a cluster kube command line tool. All the things will happen on this only, and the Kubernetes CLI, which will deploy and manage the applications on the Kubernetes cluster. We will do the applications, the managing of this thing only. And as a thing, here is I'm going to do this. This kubectl run hello mini kube. What this command will do, it will deploy the application. If we do this command to our terminal after uh, the command will take into this cluster, the application will be deployed on this cluster using this command. We just type this command, the application will be deployed to our cluster. Can anyone tell everything's great and going? Okay, well, we will get to jump into next part. Kubectl cluster info. Okay, what is the main use of this kubectl command? This command, what it will do was, it will view the information of the cluster. In such case, if the cluster was learning, it was in the state of learning. Wait, I can change my color. Our cluster was change in the state of learning. Okay, or cluster in the state of learning. In situation we stuck on somewhere, we want to get the information, what are the things which is stored on the in that time on the cluster. We just use this command. Okay, okay, if we use this command we can get the information, what are the informations which are done on the cluster. Okay, information. Okay, that's great. And kubectl get node. What is this kubectl get node? If we enter this kubectl get node, we will get all the nodes parts of cluster. It is a main thing. What it was do is list of all nodes of parts of cluster. uh, in which case we will call some of the applications. In that application, in such time we want to display all the pods and all the nodes what we are going on this cluster. It is simply we can you can deploy this command. If you deploy this command on the terminal, you can see what all the nodes on the cluster are deployed. It will be listed on the form. Just you can use this kubectl get command. Okay guys, now we see all the theory parts, all the stuff, what are the things we are going on here, all the commands, these are the things which is mainly on Kubernetes. These are the core concepts. If you want, if you have any doubts, you just ask me. Before that we dive into that, we just see a small demo. Okay, once again for the demo I have lot drawing again lot of things. I want to erase everything. One second guys. Wait. That is my pen tool. Here it is. Yeah, just I want to clear all the unwanted stuffs. Again, embroidering. Clear all drawing. Yeah, all drawings are cleared. Now we can get it deep dive into our demo. In this demo, what we are going to see was one of the application, one of the cluster we create, and we want to deploy on the web, and we can see about that. Okay, we can get deep dive into that. Okay, the browser was loading. It was good. We can start our lab. Okay, I'm using my subscriptions. And in the end of the session, I can give subscriptions to you guys also. I can give the 1 month free subscriptions of Quick Labs. You can also attend work of everything you can get on this Quick Labs. Just again, it was loading. I can do one of a hands-on a small demo. Yeah, it's still loading. Yeah, I think it's get ordered. Before dive into this, everyone want to know about Quick Labs, what it was. It was a service provided by the Google as a GCP for the our GCP platform. What we do was main thing. Um, we have a quick lab. It was a training session. If you don't know about anything, if you are zero in on a cloud, you can get dive into these quick labs. You can in these quick labs you can easily know about everything. What is cloud? You can understand every concepts, all the bits in advanced, intermediate, basics, everything you can learn using these quick labs. Now our lab was getting started. Okay, first we can open our console. In this lab we just deploy what they give our credentials. We can copy and paste the credentials of the given to our application. We can just paste here, and we can copy our passwords and you paste here. Don't need to worry about what's visible to our, it's a temporary password. You don't need to copy this. Okay, our application was still loading. Yeah, he's just asking something like you don't want to save these passwords. You just you can try this on your private window. That's the main save, but I'm not aware of that. Okay, guys. Yeah. Wait, so loading. Yeah, it is a GCP platform. Now you are seeing it's a GCP. It's my best loving platform ever. It was great. I can use this performance very well. Okay, it's still loading. Yeah, we can get this. Yeah, after we get into dive, you just click the agree button and agree and continue. Next, what we are doing, we just get in this. Just yeah, we can get this. First of all, they give some of instructions at light here. So overview, you can study what is GKE, what we want to we are doing, everything you can study as an overview. And the main thing here is the main thing we want to set up and requirements. Here they will explain about what we want to set up, what we want to requirement is main on this. Okay, and we are going to how to set up this. We already done this process. You can see. Now we are going to start the cloud shell. Okay, in this GC platform there is an option which is also known as cloud shell as a terminal. In this terminal all the commands was done by the Linux. Okay, just clicking this, here is a down place, there is a terminal will be pop up. Okay, just you click the continue button. It will preparing for the G shell. Yeah guys, here it is a menu. You can see here they tell in this quick labs they will tell everything what you want to do, how to do everything, all as in a simple manner. Here they giving a gcloud auth list this command. You just copy this command and you can just paste here. if you enter press enter, you can get the active account. The student account of you is active. It will be displayed what you enter there, and and it will shows now the account is set to be active account. And next we want to run another command, which is it is passed as a gcloud config list project. Okay, if we enter this command on right here, gcloud config list command, it will show the project id what we are going to do. Okay, and it's just a simple part we can do. Now it is a main phase, setting the default compute zone. Now we are going to our deploy applications. Okay, first of all we want to set our applications where we are going to deploy, where we are going to create whatever it is. First, before that, you want to set up your default compute zone. Okay, for the default compute zone, I'm choosing as a US Central A. It is my location. You can choose US Central A, B, C, whatever it is, Europe, India, what you can easy to set up. For my instance, now we am going to set up a US Central A. Now I'm copying this command and I'm going to just pasting here. After pasting it, will store updated property compute engine action set like that one thing. Here, if you can see the similar output will give, you can get. Now we are going to creating a Kubernetes engine cluster. Now we are going to create a cluster. Main thing, for creating a cluster, it is simple to create a cluster in this Google Cloud. In this command, we can simply create it. It's a single line only. Just you can enter gcloud container cluster create, and here you want to enter your cluster name. Okay, now I'm going to enter this cluster. Yeah, I'm just typing the command, and you can type your cluster name. For that, I typing here as a LPU. It's my cluster name at right now. Just hit enter. It will create. It will show some of the warnings. You don't want to worry about that. It will definitely will come. And down it will be loading. But just a second. It takes some time to create a cluster. In the beginning time, it takes some time. You want to wait a thing and you want to wait to clear. You don't need to worry about anything. It will definitely clear. It will be work. And one of the main thing I want to tell, if in this quick lab, if you face any difficulty, if you face anything what to not to do, what it's not perfectly working, here is option which is also known as chat. You can here you can do your name, email and department, and you can start chatting. There is a big team behind this quick labs. You can whatever you have a doubt, you can chat with that quick labs team. They can explain clear briefly what you are facing. You can show your screenshots of errors. Everything you can do is a simple manner. You can clear everything in using these things. Okay, just second, our application is still also loading. Okay, friends, here is we can so here is our applications. One second, guys. It's still creating your cluster. Come on, buddy. Come on. In this demo, it's pretty simple. You can do this thing. After creating a cluster, it will show my cluster name, my location, my node version, and my status. Everything will shows like this one. Like you don't need to worry about anything. Just think a second will be going. We want to wait until the production of the cluster will be deployed, and we want to wait for that thing. Before we will not able to do anything such as things. Okay. Um, guys, it's still creating. But in such a time, before we get doing here, we can go to the VM, and in that VM we can deploy how much GB we want. If we but in that time we will increase the level of our pay. If you give the large amount of billing in such time, the deployment of the application should be faster, because the billing was faster. They will provide you a lot of things, but now we are doing free. So it takes some time. Oh yeah, you can get it. The cluster name was LPU. We located our locations US Central Zone A, and the master version 1.14, 1.10, like that only. The most everything will be stuff, all they are good. And our cluster was is a status is learning. It's everything great. We get into that. After you finishing everything, here is the thing. If you are everything you are getting as a perfect, here you can click check my process. Just think, if it is gets yes. In such case, if you are doing something wrong, it will show yeah let error. Then you will not know how to solve that. You can do this chat. The team behind the quick labs, they can help you. Next we are going to, after you creating a cluster, you want to know After you're creating a GKE cluster, you want to get the authentication credentials from the cluster. Okay, what we how we can do this? Just send entering this simple command. You go to this again, go to the Cloud Shell and typing this command, and you want to enter the what you enter the before cluster name. Again, I'm entering again LPU, and now I'm getting the cluster. It's simple. Just a fraction of seconds, you can get the authentication from the cluster thing. And the next was uh, here it's output showing like this. You will also get the output similar to this not everything. Things good. Now we are going to deploy application on a cluster. Before we just have created a GKE cluster, now we are going to deploy our cluster. What we want to do for deploying a cluster, it was just copy and paste this command. In this command we previously told about the, I'm showing in that PPT about the kubectl thing. Everything I show, kubectl is the main thing. Without kubectl we will not able to do anything. As a thing with it is here, kubectl we can create a deployment of hello server. In this hello server we have the image. We deploy the image what we want to do in this thing. We just copy and we can deploy this thing on over here. Here we tell about everything, the image container. We will deploy this thing and we just run this code. After running this code, wait a second, it takes some seconds to get. Okay, we get the application. Our application was deployed successfully. It was very good. And now we are going to pass this thing. After you are deploying, you want to pass the kubectl expose deployment hello load balancing. Now we are going to set up, we are setting a port as 8080 and we are setting as a type of load balancing. This will lead our application to get to the web. Just we type here our command and enter. After you entering, it will expose, it will say service has been exposed, everything's going great. Finally, what we are going to do was we want to check here. Now we everything's doing good. It will get the tick, and we will get the if everything we done. Here we get our score we close. Finally, we are going to deploy get the application. Just kubectl get service. If we enter this command, kubectl get service, this command will do everything and it will get the service what we need. Enter the application. We just get right here only. First of all, the here you can see the external IP was pending. You don't need to worry about what's pending. I'm not getting external IP. You just wait some of the seconds and you can again do this command. You can get the IP at light here because it will not get the IP in the first time or in suddenly. It will be generating on a previous backend. So we now we get the IP. We just copy this IP and you can and using your notepad you just paste this IP and then you what you want to do, get here what they told it was using this external thing. Just copy this thing and you just get into a new browser, just paste this IP. What the IP we get from here, we have get the IP from, once again, it was a popping, go down. Okay, here is our IP. We just copy the IP from the from, once again, we just copy the IP from hello server. Now we are copying the hello server IP. Okay, after copying we just want to paste this thing and remove this external IP. If we do everything great, just second, I'm doing this, typing this thing. Okay, everything's great. Now just to hit enter and you can see, wow, you can, we get the output hello world version 1.0.10 host name hello server. We can see like this here or here. We can get our output as well as a clear. Here we are deploy application and we get the hello world version. Everything's great in this manner. Here we can get this. Okay, you can see hello world. It is that's all. That's all. You can easily get these things. You can get like this thing, enough things at lot of stuff you can get. Okay, we get by dive back, just close this. Okay, we have gotten this thing successfully. After we want to check our progress, everything's good, great, and check it. And finally we want to clean up. Before we create it as a cluster, now we want to clean up the cluster. Just copy and we want to deploy here. Before that we want to give the name of our cluster as an LPU. What here we were telling was G cloud container cluster delete. If we give the thing, if we give create, it will create the cluster. If we delete, if you can delete the cluster, it is a GC. In this GKE, we can easy and simple manner to create a cluster. Just G cloud container create cluster, and you can give the cluster's name, and then you can give easy to delete G cloud container cluster delete, and just enter the cluster's name. Here I mentioned the cluster's name and I hit enter. Where I think something's wrong. Wait just a second. I am doing this thing again. Wait. LPU. Yeah, now it's going through because previously I just G and it was long. Here was a JC. Now it's good. After you giving the delete, it will ask, do you want to continue? Yes, we want to yes. Press as, and then we want to hit enter. As the same thing previously, we want to create a cluster. It takes a lot of time. As the same time, it will take here also. For the creating and deletion of the cluster, it takes a lot and lot of time, not a much short time. It just takes a one within 60 seconds. Within 16 seconds, the cluster will be created and the cluster will be deleted, and everything should be simple manner. You want to just waiting and you want to go somewhere and you can go whatever you can think. It is simple, guys. After you will get the command you have successfully deleted the if you get that, I say everything goes great and you can check your progress. Now I get 75% of course, and you can just create, just wait for the thing. The orchestra was dating, yeah. No, I hope everyone can understand what I'm talking about today. Actually, similarly, I can talk faster because I want to cover all the concepts within an hour. And it was Kubernetes was not a short concept. It was a really compared to a sea as a ocean. It was really hard to explain everything. If you have any doubt, you can ping me on Instagram, or you can ping me on if you are a jolly person. If you are funny person, you can ping me on Instagram, or you can profession, you want to take me talk on LinkedIn. You can do whatever it is. Yeah, I think now the cluster is still dating, and you can tag me on Twitter also. Even if you have any doubts, you can tag me. ID Kannan God. I have some facing some issues. You can tag me over there. You can get a message, everything. That's great. I can share my PPT to him also, Mr. Jay. I can share my PPT. You can see whatever the things you like. You can get all resources. I have given some of the resources what you want to access. In these resources, you can get a lot of the things you can do in this cluster. Just a second, I can telling. Yeah, it takes some time. As the main thing, before we creating a cluster, it's take a time. Comparing to that, the cluster for the deletion, it's take a much longer. You don't need to worry about that. It will get really you thinking normally why it takes all of time. We want to refresh. You don't need to refresh anything, but it need some of a good internet connection. In such case, you don't have a good internet connection, you will get face some like these kinds of issues. Okay. Shoot coding slide. It's a great Google Lagoon. Yeah, Google Lagoon is still hearing something. Yeah, well, just wait for guys, or we can see this thing. Wait. Yeah, before that, we can explain about something. Come on. Our final demo, it was this only, guys. Just the account was great. Come on, clear. Yeah. How much time you enter, every time it will come like this one. You can play these games. Just hit enter, it will just loading of thing like this one. Like, okay, I think hope everyone hearing my voice clearly. I don't know how many of you getting my voice as a perfect thing. Just again, if any chats, everything's good. It's quite difficult to create here. So I can ask you, if the cluster division was not completed, at light here you check this process, it will show it's good. Actually it's dated, I think so. It's still rotating. I don't know why it's still rotating, but the process everything good. We can create it, we get 100%. After you can end up this lab, you can just end up this, and you can close this tab. Okay. Finally, wait a second. We can just dive into our final. presentation. Okay, yeah. Here's a demo. We are now I am finishing my demo as successful, and I now we can use this resource. What is this resource? What is inside of this resource? It was one of the Google currently offering a good resource for everyone as a finally quick labs subscription. It will the resource will give the 1 month free subscription for quick labs. You just click and you can enter what you want. It will provide a quick labs thing. You can get 1 month free subscription. You can do all the courses, all the credits. You can get 1 month and now using this link you can get these three things. You can get the cloud engineer with Google Cloud, data engineering with Google Cloud, and cloud architect with Google Cloud. These three courses you can get free, as this is a professional certificate offered by Google. You can get a 1 month free access. If you complete within a month, you can get a certification, and you don't want to pay single rupees for the Coursera website. You can get the Google Cloud certification as a free manner. You can try everyone this. This is one of the humble and the prestigious certification was done by Google. It was offering by them. Okay, guys, I hope you can everyone can get this. Okay, finally now part. If anyone have any questions, yeah. If any you guys have any questions related to anything related to GCP like this stuff, you just ask me. I think everyone can understand clearly. Finally, thank you. Bye. I'm Kannan Subramanian. As an assistant organizer, GDG Cloud Coimbatore, you can get me on connection on everything, Twitter, Instagram, or like LinkedIn, everything. I will get on this PPT. I can share my PPT to the Jay. You can get from him, and you can see all my topics ahead by me. Okay. Bye. Thank you.